If you've been feeling exhausted, tired, and just like you over everything, this is your time because Mars is officially in Aries, and this is your prediction and forecast based on your rising sign. Trust me, Mars will not let you sit at home and do nothing. This is the time when you naturally will want to do things, so trust me, you gotta use this energy to go ahead, start something, get something done, and just like push this energy over. And of course, we're gonna see what is the advice you have, but this is for your rising sign. If I see one more comment asking, Aries, so you are literally the main character. Mars is in Aries, is in your first house. So for you, that means you literally kind of like have this like a huge idea of a new self. You have so much power to literally reinvent yourself. You have so much power to start something like a very global new achievements, ideas, plans, and goals. Literally, you're gonna feel like you overfilled with stamina. You're gonna feel like you just like you might wake up early every single day for the next 40 days. You might actually not be able to sleep properly. You might feel like there's like so much power in you. So I'm not gonna be surprised if you decide to go to the gym, if you decided to go and lift some heavy weights, because that would be actually a very healthy use of that energy. Also, that will be the time when your inner child awakens, so you literally cannot sit still, and you're gonna try to experiment and like try new things and go for them and have like natural free mindset and open mindset to try new things. Because Mars is also planet of conflict, so you might literally attract some sort of people who will not be happy with you going forward and doing certain things. But at the same time, be careful when you use knives or fire or something like really sharp, because this is also Mars energy that can literally hurt your body, because first house is your body and is your physical appearance. Now let's see, what is your advice? Aries rising. Death. Boom, boom, boom. Also, what a beautiful deck. What a beautiful deck. I mean, that just means like it's literally a new cycle for you. It's literally a new cycle for you, and it's gonna sound like very basic, but there is no change if you're not changing anything. So think about that. Taurus, this is going to be your time to start some sort of secret projects or actually work alone and don't really reveal things to people. You're gonna feel like this transit is really burdening your subconsciousness, and you're gonna start feeling like your subconsciousness kind of have more control, or you're doing things on a more subconscious level, and you cannot really like explain why you're doing certain things, why you want to follow certain things, why you see certain dreams, right? So a lot of information, a lot of action can come through you through dreams or your intuition in general, or just like this feeling of like, if you're a spiritual person, if you're psychic, like it doesn't really matter. You're gonna feel those like a deep energy that moves you and kind of like suggests you to do certain things. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. Um, the thing is, if you are traveling very distant places, or if you're visiting some sort of, you might have something to do with either again like distant places or even like hospitals, or it doesn't mean like you're gonna end up there, but you just like might have to do something with it. You just might have to do something where people, being at the nursing home, people being in some sort of, charitable charitable situations and environments. And yeah, pay attention to your intuition. One thing I will say on a negative side, you might experience some sort of this like unresolved energy from the inside again. So if you feel like, something up subconsciously is like triggering you and starts the fire inside of you, go work out, go do something else. And if you are really living on a lower frequency vibe, if you like not really living up to your potential, right, you might see some secret people rooting against you. You might see some like even like discreet people, anonymous people who are plotting on your downfall for some reason. Could be just like someone who's leaving you nasty comments, or like even buying like some sort of bots, or um, just like doing this like a secret work that you don't know how to deal with. Okay, now let's see what your advice is. Four of Cups, don't wait for things to be done, because again, with Mars in your 12th house, you might feel like you lack some sort of intention, right? Like Mars does not feel good in a 12th house. And Four of Cups is the energy of stagnation. So you don't really want to embody that. Geminis, during this transit, you can totally expect have your goals orientated for something long term. It's also your time to be outside, because you will be meeting a lot of ambitious people, energetic people. You will be overall just like outside. You will be having fun networking with people. You probably will feel inspired a lot. You're probably going to have a lot of motivation, a lot of muse come through you. So this is a perfect kind of ratio of being inspired by something, but then also putting this energy to get something done, to do something, and to, again, have like your goals to be a little bit more clear, a little bit more action orientated. So that will be completely perfect for you. And again, try to be outside as much as possible. Maybe you will try to do group projects together. Maybe you will try to just like have those like admin nights when you gather your friends around and you gather people around you and you're gonna do work together. But also because it is Mars, and Mars is about kind of like conflicts and sometimes miscommunications and confrontations, be prepared to like not really trigger people around you, or even if they are being triggered, to kind of like try to soothe it down a little bit, because there could be some conflicts within your friendships and some sort of even competitions where your presence within the community will feel a little bit competitive and a little bit just like not even. Maybe some sort of jealousy, maybe some sort of ego with your friend groups could happen. And for a short time, maybe some friends will decide to like really leave the group chats, really decide to just like, I don't want to be part of this, like I'm done. They like really hot tempered. So, try to collaborate very peacefully, and let's see what your advice is for this time. What is your advice for this time, Gemini's rising? You have Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Listen, all of these collaborations could really lead to a long-term success. That's exactly what I said about long-term projects and having like a clear goals, because Ten of Pentacles is all about thinking ahead and having so much resources that you literally fulfilling, your dreams from the future. Cancers, during this time, you're really striving for success in career, public recognition, success overall when it comes to your reputation, when it comes to you being on a public eye. You really in a position to lead and not to follow. So use that energy to come up with some sort of initiatives which could also help you to get promoted, right? Like if you feel this urge inside of you to say, hey, actually, I have an idea. How about we do things this way? How about we start doing this instead, right? Like if you have these initiatives, really start and show them, because Mars and Aries is all about that. And transiting to your 10th house could really bring you a lot of positive experiences when it comes to your profession, when it comes to your recognition. This is really great if you're trying to start some sort of new projects or even like businesses or just like some sort of bold steps, because this is your time to shine and do things and go for them. Also, a lot of your initiatives and literally things that you start and even your physical presence at something will really help your bosses to notice you, will really help you to get noticed by them. So as much as you like moving around and doing things, and you're like, I'm gonna go pick up coffee, I'm gonna go like do things, I'm gonna go and help you like carry something, right? Like a lot of physical activity here could be helpful for you to get noticed by your boss and even get some promotion and really get a lot of things done. But just be careful how you express this energy, because a lot of this energy could be forwarded towards some sort of aggression with your boss or superiors or people with power, and you don't really want to get in conflicts with them, because again, they kind of have like a more authority than you do. So let's see, what is your advice, Cancers, for this time, something that could help you to get through this transit and take the best out of it. Take the best out of it. Cancers, your advice is the Hangman. So the Hangman is all about sacrificing something for the better, and in a way, it's also kind of like this is the last thing that you need to sacrifice because before you completely free yourself from something, right? So maybe if you are thinking like, oh, should I focus like on career or my personal goals, or should I focus on like helping my boss thrive rather than like my own interest? There will be some sort of questions that you will be thinking about sacrificing and giving up, but again, for a bigger purpose that will pay off eventually. Also, these cards are so beautiful. Look at this. Leos, this time for you is all about expansion. You really want to learn. You really want to expand. You really want to explore. Me as a Leo rising, I actually really start like a huge study right now about tarot and about history of tarot. So it will be a really productive time for me, I feel like. For you too. So if you have anything to do with universities like MBAs, especially if it's something that has this like feeling of elite, right? Like it's not just like you're not just like opening a book that available at any library, right? It could be a good time to start something so unique, so elite, that something that like separates you from other people, because again, those knowledges will be like so superior. If you're traveling, if you're having some sort of desire for higher education, cultural experiences, this is all going to be great. And at some point you might actually want to try different food and maybe like some different spices that you never tried before. Studying astrology, spirituality, philosophy, religion, this is a good time to express this energy into that, and just like publish something or work with a mentor, work with somebody who will lead you to a greater success, right? It will be it will be great. But overall, this is the time also of optimism. This is the time of like big picture thinking. This is the time to just like really be this like a wise person and strategic about your goals. So overall, a really good time, really good transit. um on the other hand, if you are living through a low vibrational version of yourself, if you meeting a lot of obstacles through your life and you really feel like tired and exhausted, this is definitely a red flag. And in this case, this transit could really play off as something like conflict with your teachers, conflict with your mentors, conflict with any foreign representation. Maybe you're traveling, maybe you're going somewhere. If you're traveling right now to a country that you're not from, you don't know this culture, and somebody happens there, you get into sort of trouble. This is a red flag that you're not living up to your potential. This is a red flag that you're not living into this like a high frequency version of yourself. And rushing any decisions about education or travel here could be dangerous. So also like documents about like visas and passports or like academic deadlines, if that's something that's troubling you right now, this is not a good sign about your frequency. But let's see what is your advice, Leos. Let's see what is your advice, Leos. And your advice is, oh my god, Four of Cups. So I think Taurus had the same card. Four of Cups is all about, listen, if you've been a little bit too lazy, if you've been a little bit too, like you're waiting for a perfect time, you're gonna regret things. So this is kind of all about finding inner motivation to do things and finding inner motivation to, what, there's not going to be a better time than right now. And yeah. Well, Virgos, this is going to be the time when you are very likely to have a lot of passion and a lot of intimacy and a lot of physical contact with people too, maybe even something emotionally opening, right? If you are in a relationship, if you're looking for a relationship, this is definitely the time to kind of like really explore your like deepest levels of feelings, of emotions, of desires, right? Like maybe in a way, if that's like love topic is not on the table for you, it could be the time when you're really facing your like deepest fears, your deepest emotions. You feeling some sort of like push through to transform yourself. It's kind of like, imagine you have a spider at your house and you just like, you cover it and you're just like, I don't want to look at it. But something is pushing you to really take the spider out, put it outside, do whatever you need to do with it, and really like overcome this feeling of fear to really come out as a new version, stronger version of yourself, because nobody's gonna do it for you, right? Like uh, on the positive side, you could have a lot of energy to make money work for you, right? Like literally like invest into something or find some sort of like a projects that will be, accumulating your resources while you sleep and paying off some sort of credit cards and debit cards and like loans, student loans. It doesn't really matter. Like you could have a lot of energy to deal with that, right? On a negative side, if you do live through your lower frequency version of yourself, if you're following some sort of destructive patterns in your life, you can really see how this transit is affecting, again, your shared resources. So like credit cards and loans, maybe you will actually get into worse situation with your credit cards. Maybe you will spend a lot of money for nothing, right? Some sort of financial crisis that will force you to use those reserves, right? And let's see what is the advice for you, Virgos, during this time, something that you need to know and really take the best out of this transit. And for you, it's Two of Swords. So it's really going to be the time when you need to remain calm and still, even in the moments of the most turbulent time, right? Like this mental stillness will really help you. Also, look how beautiful it is. Very beautiful. Libras, you attract really confident, really passionate people around yourself. It could be partners, it could be for relationships, it could be for business partnerships. And overall, if you've been on the public eye, there could be people who like are really fiery and strong that like really want to support you and be there for you. This is definitely a positive side. Overall, your relationship might feel a little bit intense, a little bit passionate, a little bit demanding. You might feel like so here's the two ways that it can go. You can either, if you are in relationship, if you are in any sort of partnership, right, you could feel that like you conflicting with your partner a lot. But on a positive side, you could feel like you have a lot of energy together to go through some sort of changes, to go through some sort of moments of like, let's work together, let's combine our power together to go through something, to fix some things, to get things done, right? For some of you, it could mean new partnerships for sure. Although it could be short term. It could be short term because Mars and Aries is kind of like one and done. It's not really like thinking long term. And if you are a little bit like on a negative side here, you could see actually exiting some sort of relationships and get tested by this turbulence, because Mars is really bringing a lot of like ups and downs and changes in the energy for your partnerships and people who surround you in general. But I would use this energy to really go in a public eye, surround myself with like literally a public, right? Like you want to perform, you want to do something, you want to have this bravery to put yourself out there and see people, so people see you and you can like kind of like capitalize on this. Do it, because if you do live through lower frequency version of yourself, if you do follow some sort of destructive patterns in your life, this transit could come off as again some sort of turbulence, arguments, and struggles with your enemies or struggles with your partners, and even like the time when your closest people could turn into enemies for some reason, right? Maybe your partners will feel like really aggressive or jealous or dominant or just like overall pushing this power onto you. So let's see what is the advice for you, Libras, so you take the best out of this transit. And Libra, your advice is Eight of Wands, actually. So you're gonna feel a lot of energy going through you, and in a way, it will be really important for you to know how to handle everything all at once. Because again, this energy that will be like sweeping, it will be sweeping you. So learn how to stay grounded and learn how to stay in control even when environment feels so fast and destructive. Scorpios, you're about to feel a huge surge in energy, in motivation, in productivity, like your work energy and responsibility. This is all having a big highlight during this month for the next 40 days, actually. If you've been really putting back and putting behind some sort of task, especially at work or even with your routines, you might actually get them done. You might actually face some sort of new deadlines or even like change jobs to, do something more productive and do something that really energizes you here. This is a great time for any positive changes in your routine. So, fitness, routine, health, I don't know, doing cold showers, doing push ups, doing some sort of like a little things that go on a walk, right? Like before you go to sleep, something that really opens up this like a feeling of like, oh, I'm being productive, I'm staying within the system, I'm doing something that like benefits you, right? Maybe you'll actually decide to get a dog during this time. Maybe you will have to deal with some sort of dog. You will be dog sitting, for example. That could totally be happening. And allow yourself to really follow the flow, because the flow will be like really fast changing. And if you see changes in your routine, don't suppress it. Don't kind of like try to hold it back. If you see that like somebody's inviting you to go to the gym, somebody's inviting you to try this like a new cafe or like move things around about your schedule, do it. Allow this change to come in. On a negative side, if you do live through negative patterns in your life and you do allow yourself to be more low frequency, vibrational person, you could see some sort of conflicts with your co-workers, even burnout from doing the work and doing literally your responsibilities, right? Again, some sort of like a health issues, maybe because that is Mars and Aries specifically. Like be careful when you like doing your routines and you're using some sort of like sharp objects, because you could totally like accidentally cut yourself. So let's see what is your advice to really stay on top of the game. Scorpios, your advice is Eight of Cups. There is something better for you. There is something better for you. And just like I said, if you are trying to implement new routine, if you're trying to implement new version of yourself and really kind of like reinvent yourself and feel like, yeah, I'm about to step in into new body, new attitude, new, this is my new routine. This is like my new personality now. Do it now, because Eight of Cups is all about allowing you to pursue something bigger and more successful. Sagittarius, so this transit will really feel inspiring in a lot of ways. Also, a lot of pleasure, a lot of performance, a lot of creativity, a lot of allowing yourself to open up to people and open up to new experiences in general. This is a great time for any self expression, and this is going to be especially beneficial for people who are in art. So, even like dancing and acting, and even some sort of sports, if you are in some sort of competitions, this is going to be a great chance for you to really snatch that sort of trophy and put yourself on a pedestal. Maybe you will take some sort of bold decisions. Maybe you'll be more open to, again, like experience some new feelings that will kind of like bold and unexpected, but still sane and still safe. And the main thing, romantic energy is definitely increasing for you during this time. So some sort of a shirt flirting situations when you just like, you you telling someone a compliment, somebody gives you a compliment, and you just, having more confidence to accept them, you're having more energy to attract those compliments and drive. You might notice that you overall doing some things more unexpected. You're doing some more things that are kind of like out of your comfort zone because again, you're willing to play around and you're willing to allow your inner child to be present. If you do live through your low vibrational kind of frequency persona, if you do follow distraction patterns in your life and not really, like not really following your most divine purpose, it might come off as jealousy and some sort of breakups in love, and even like your partners who you maybe like not necessarily in the most committed relationship with being a little bit aggressive towards you, or you having some sort of miscommunications and some sort of fights in general, right? It could be as a creative burnout as well, like you're trying to push yourself to make something but you just feel like you're losing it. You lose the sort of like a muse that you have. And definitely I would be careful in that case with any sort of gambling and financial losses due to, again, feeling a little bit too cocky and confident, right? So let's see what is your advice to feel confident and to take this transit and take the most out of it. Sagittarius, your advice is three of wands. Actually, this is a very productive. There will be a very productive time if you decide to really control your narrative and control the energy around yourself. Because three of wands is all about having this milestone, but how having this milestone achieved through very direct and profitable actions. So it could be a very productive time for you if you're willing to again focus on what's right and focus on what's bringing the most results. Capricorns, this could be a time of renovation at your home or overall the place where you live. And the thing is, you might do it on your own, like maybe your family supports it, maybe your family asking you to help with like do something like your sink is leaking or whatever that is, right? Like maybe you're about to rent out a new house or you just moved in into the new house and you need to do some sort of work, right? But it could also be really forced. It could also be that like your energy has to be there and your physical activity has to be there because is just like what it is, right? You might actually feel like you're a little bit like restless at home. So maybe even if you are trying to relax, if you even if you are trying to, you know, be chill, it might not be happening, and you might feel like, oh, I need to move my furniture, I need to change things around, I need to do some sort of work, right? Like let me organize things, let me get rid of some trash. Maybe you will put some energy and this physical force into helping your parents. Maybe you will be taking them places, maybe you will need them, like just like help them with something, right? Like help with the bring bags somewhere or reorganize their place. And it might be actually the time when you are taking your time to work from home rather than in office, if that's your situation, right? But overall, some sort of like a labor will be present when you are home. If you do live through more low vibrational version of yourself, that would be a time of kind of like a domestic conflicts with people who you live with. If you have roommates, if you live with your parents, right? Like there could be arguments, and there could be literally like something could be something will be breaking, like dishes, or I don't know, like table, or again like a sink. So some things could be literally like be breaking during this time. That could be also as a potential of arguing with your parents, arguing with your family. So watch out for that, right? And let's see what is your advice to really take the best out of this transit and really come out as winner when this transit is over. Capricorns, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is all about ending something mental, ending something that was kind of like a big part of your world and overall like the picture of the world that you had. So it could be all about like, are you willing to put like the last, like is this the last straw? Is this the last straw? Are you really like willing to go through those changes and through those endings in order to not having to deal with them anymore, right? It has to be something like really mental, and it could be, especially if you're having right now arguments with your parents or with your family, it could have to do something with this mentality, right? Like, what are you doing things differently? Are you following this distraction pattern that it is, for example, in your family, right? Like, or it's vice versa, something mental. Aquarius, for this time you will be really attentive and have a lot of focus, and your mental abilities will be sharpened during this time, even curiosity. So you can feel a lot of communications, you can feel a lot of need to learn something, study something, even multitasking, right? Like you might be doing a lot of things, you might be having a lot of phone calls, a lot of texts, you will be like stopping by here and there and meeting people everywhere where they are, and just like feel like you're kind of like a hamster in a wheel and you're running around it. So if you're taking some sort of short trips, that would be also beneficial, especially if it's for work, right? Like you're doing day trip, you're doing 2-day trip to like go and do something for your work, that would be great. And if you are going through some sort of finals or preparing yourself for a study, doing some sort of writing, learning, and overall sharing knowledge, right? Like this is really a great time. This is a really great time to really mobilize all of your resources in that and get to some sort of results. You can see a lot of powerful and useful connections, whether it's old ones or new ones, but you will be connecting with a lot of people and you will be overall in contact with them, right? So again, any intellectual work or business trips are great here. In case you do live on a low frequency vibe and you kind of like following more destructive pattern in your life, you could see it as actually conflict with your acquaintances and conflicts with your siblings and conflicts with overall your schedule. Like you're trying to do so much, but it's just like not coming together. The puzzle is not coming together because you over occupied with things. So irritability can come through that. And again, like trying to do everything and finishing absolutely nothing. So, you know, hopefully it's not no bad news about your siblings, about your neighbors, or even like family disputes. But let's see what is the advice for you to really go through this transit and come out as a winner and take the best out of it, Aquarius. Nine of Pentacles, actually, this is the time to really monopolize, not monopolize, but like capitalize of the intellectual resources that you have. So again, any sort of useful connections you can make during this time, do it, because they can help you a lot with achieving some sort of stability and financial success here. Pisces, you are making a bag, you are securing the bag during this time, and overall your focus and activity and physical activity and some sort of even labor shifts towards money and possessions and self-worth and some any type of material resources that you have, including, again, your time, your health, something that you can feel and own and touch, right? Like it could be overall purchases and belongings. You're actively thinking about your income. You're actively thinking about your financial situation. Maybe you're even ready to take some sort of quick jobs. And for you, that would be actually, for the next 40 days, maybe you will pick up some sort of quick hustle that will just like, for a short time will help you to improve your financial situation. You don't have to stay there for long. And if you, again, you're looking for something like that, this is a great time to do it. This is a great time to, just like pick up something extra and do it like not for a long time. It's not going to be a long time because Mars in Aries is usually like whatever you start during Mars in Aries, it's not going to last long because again, it's just like one and done kind of situation. Maybe you're doing some sort of short-term work, right? Like you're just picking up something like you walking the dog, for example, right? Like, but just like for a short time. And this is great if you're doing any sort of creativity and activity with DIY, building something, fixing something. You have some sort of tools, you have some sort of, I don't know, like property to fix. And quick profits. Quick profits in general, if you do live through more low vibrational version of yourself on the negative side, it could actually play out as a lot of financial losses or a lot of necessity to like put money and put money and put money and put money out, and you just like spending so much money. Like, why am I spending so much money, right? Like, and it comes out of nowhere. You just paid for something and then it comes back and you're just like, oh, well, I have to pay again and I have to pay again. So if you see a lot of unexpected financial like things that you need to pay for, this is kind of like a red flag for you that like universe is guiding you through your lower vibrational levels here. And again, some sort of overwork and burnout because of like trying to make ends meet. Yeah, let's see what is the advice here and what is something that help you to come out of this transit as winner and come out of this transit as somebody who again makes some sort of significant progress and not loses anything. Pisces, the Tower. The thing is, I don't think you can prepare yourself for anything if something in your life right now literally has no foundation, literally has no significance in your life, or you think even some things have significance, but it's just not, like universe is telling you quite the opposite. Let it go, let it fall, let it ruin itself, because that's what the Tower is. But also, isn't this deck so beautiful? It is so gorgeous. Ah, but yeah, good luck and don't fuck it up.